One order from the governor's office could stop Vijay's party before it even contests its first election. Except he already won. He won bigger than anyone expected. And now the man who decides whether India's biggest film star becomes chief minister is asking him to prove something the constitution never required. C. Joseph Vijay, known across India simply as Thalapathy, which means the commander, spent 3 decades making blockbuster films in Tamil. Then in 2024, he did something almost no one does: he walked away. He launched a political party called Tamilaga Vettri Kazhagam, which translates to Tamil Victory Forum, and announced he would retire from acting to contest the 2026 Tamil Nadu state elections. Political observers called it a vanity project. The established parties, the DMK and AIADMK, which have ruled Tamil Nadu for 70 years, dismissed him as inexperienced. On May 4, 2026, the votes were counted. TVK won 108 seats in the 234-member assembly, the single largest party, in his very first election. But winning the most seats does not mean you get to form the government. Tamil Nadu's assembly has 234 seats. A party needs 118 to prove it commands a majority. Vijay is 10 short. So he did what every party leader does in a hung assembly: he reached out for support. The Congress, which won 5 seats, offered backing. That brought his total to 113. Still 5 short. The AIADMK, which won enough seats to push him over, said no. The DMK's smaller allies, the Communists, a smaller Dravidian party, are still deciding. Vijay wrote to Governor Rajendra Vishwanath Arlekar on May 6, formally staking his claim to form the government. He argued that as the single largest party, Constitutional Convention dictates the governor should invite him first and give him time to prove his majority on the assembly floor. The governor said no. Not yet. Come back with 118 signatures, written proof that you have the numbers, and then we'll talk. Vijay met the governor again on May 7. The answer was the same. Return with 118 signatures. No invitation until then. This is where constitutional power becomes intensely political. The established practice, affirmed by India's Supreme Court in multiple rulings, is that the governor invites the single largest party or coalition to form the government, and that party then proves its majority during a floor test in the assembly within a specified period, usually 15 days. The governor is not supposed to conduct a pre-screening. But Governor Arlekar is demanding exactly that: prove your majority before I invite you. This matters because the invitation itself changes the negotiation. Once invited, Vijay would have 15 days to secure support, during which he would be the presumptive chief minister designate. Political parties hate backing someone who might not make it. But once the governor issues the formal invitation, fence-sitters often jump. The invitation creates momentum. By withholding it, the governor is forcing Vijay to secure every single vote in advance, a much harder ask. And the clock is ticking. Reports suggest the governor has set an informal deadline of May 10. If Vijay cannot produce 118 signatures by then, the governor has 3 other options: invite the DMK, which came second with around 60 seats and would need even more allies, invite the AIADMK, or recommend President's rule, which means the state is governed directly by India's central government until fresh elections can be held. Governor Arlekar is a former BJP politician. The BJP is Prime Minister Narendra Modi's party. Tamil Nadu is one of the few major states where the BJP has almost no presence. The DMK, which Vijay defeated, is opposed to the BJP. So is the AIADMK, though less stridently. Vijay has openly criticized both Dravidian parties and called for a new kind of politics in Tamil Nadu, secular, anti-corruption, focused on social justice. That positions him as a wild card the central government cannot easily control. Constitutional experts are now debating whether the governor is exceeding his authority. Some argue he is acting within his discretion to ensure government stability. Others say he is subverting the people's mandate by adding a requirement the constitution does not contain. Tamil Nadu has not seen a hung assembly in decades. The state has been ruled exclusively by two parties, DMK and AIADMK, since 1967. Vijay's rise breaks that duopoly. He won by appealing directly to young voters, women, and marginalized communities, many of whom felt alienated by decades of dynastic Dravidian politics. His party's vote share was around 38%. In a first-past-the-post system, that translated into 108 seats. The DMK's vote share actually dropped. The AIADMK's collapsed. Vijay is not supposed to be here. And now the question is whether the constitutional system will let him govern. If the governor invites him, he has a real chance. Congress is already on board, and smaller parties might follow. If the governor does not, and imposes president's rule instead, it will be read as the center using its appointed representative to block a popularly elected leader. Either way, the decision rests with one man. And Vijay, for all his on-screen heroism, cannot script this ending.